Fast food babies must be stopped. Why does that sound familiar? She had another episode on fast food babies, hasn't she? I'm pretty sure she did. Let's watch it.
19-year-old Taylor's diet is so awful that last year she suffered a heart attack at just 18 years old.
That's a problem. When you're 18, you have a heart attack because purely of your diet, you're fucking up.
It was the worst 4 days of my life.
And with this information, has Taylor changed? No, she hasn't. She actually now feeds that same diet to her 3-year-old son, Harley.
That is an amazing mum. That is an excellent mum. Right there. What a way to future-proof humanity than to basically lead them on the same road that led you to a fucking heart attack at the age of 18. That is... Mwah. I have regained all faith in humans just by watching the first 19 seconds of this video. Right, let's go.
He's reached the grand old age of 3 without his mum ever having cooked him a healthy meal.
Today we are once again discussing the terrifying concept of fast food babies, from another one of those British health documentaries, Raising Kids on Junk Food. Fast food babies are unfortunately exactly as they sound, babies who only eat fast food. And in the case of little Harley here...
Now, I don't understand, you know when you're kind of drunk and you're craving fast food and then you're eating too much chips and then you get that little thing, you're kind of stuck, and you're like, oh fuck, I need some Coke. Or in my case, some Corona, right? So, that was almost a disaster. Microphone is safe. That's all that matters. So, you got that fucking thing you need to drink. How does a baby not choke on that? Because sometimes I choke on that, and I'm an adult. And I don't understand the concept behind how a baby doesn't do the same. Maybe I'm just fucking weird, and maybe I have some sort of disturbance. Let's go.
Has never once eaten a healthy dinner. Hopefully that's an exaggeration to make the show more dramatic, but yeah, that's where we're at. After watching this, you may want to throw your phone across the room, but before you do, make sure you visit today's sponsor, Casetify. I really love the phone cases from Casetify. They're slim, but super strong. And for the first time ever, I can finally say I have a go-to phone case. Casetify is the world's most popular tech...
If you're like me, you don't use any phone case, and then you get like a... Oop, let me just get these messages off the screen before any of you get a little glimpse of my dirty secrets. I don't have any dirty secrets. Fucking hell, how many are there? Okay, cool. So, I don't know if you can know, if you see, hold on, where's the light? Yeah, there's like such a solid little crack just down there. I don't know if you can see it, maybe not, maybe yes. Yeah, it's not very visible, is it? But yeah, anyway, so, if you want to be like me, fuck the phone case, crack your fucking screen.
Accessory brand, and for good reason. First, they take phone protection very seriously. Depending on your lifestyle, there are different Eco-Shock standard and profile cases are defenders than the protection customization. Casetify, who I already so much.
I don't know if I should feel guilty or not when I like skip
detail. From the Kiana Docherty
promotional
today,
because these guys worked so hard for it, and I understand, but at the same time I'm not interested. Is that bad? Does that make me a bad person? Comment below, let me know.
Because have fast food, it's just quicker, easier. Someone's made it for you, you don't have to stand around waiting for it to cook. I usually order a kebab every night. Sometimes it's not always a kebab, it's like KFC or something else, but mainly it's kebabs.
So to recap, Taylor is a 19-year-old single mother of 2. She doesn't know how to cook, and she basically gets all of her calories from fast food, specifically doner kebab. Okay, first up, I feel like we really need to establish exactly what a doner kebab is.
Okay, I mean, to be fair, there are worse fast foods out there. Like, I think doner kebab is probably like... I wouldn't necessarily count that as the worst. Right? Would you? I don't know.
I've heard of it. I know it's this like iconic British pub food. It's the food that you get after a night out because there's a lot of kebab shops and they're...
No, I mean if you're rich or if you're like a middle class, yes. If you're poor like us, like the normal peasants, you get like chicken and chips, which is like £3 for like 6 wings, and that's what I would consider to be shit fast food. Doner kebab is actually like 6, 7, 8 pounds. That's like posh people food at this point, okay? It's 2022. The world is in economic crisis. Nah, I'm not spending like 10 quid on doner anymore.
They're all open lid. But I want to know, when a British person goes in and orders a kebab, what are they most likely getting? What is that order? It seems to be shaved meat on top of French fries with a mayo sauce. And from what I understand, the meat is usually lamb or beef.
It can actually be chicken. Pork, I don't know, I don't think so, but it can be chicken as well. And also, I don't know in America, but in Britain, right? Oh, hold on, this is Britain. Okay, well, I'm fucking stupid. But anyway, at least in the kebab shops that I've been to, they put like tons of salad on. No, so the meat is there, and then you have the chips, and then you've got a fuck ton of salad, which I never really eat, because if you're gonna eat fast food, you're not meant to eat healthy. That's the whole point of fast food. I don't eat it a lot. I usually cook, or my mum cooks. And when I do eat fast food, I eat it because I want to be eating some shit. I don't want to be eating healthy at that point, but I do that maybe twice a month. So I think I mean, except from this fucking thing right here, I don't know what that is, but I mean, I'm pretty healthy, I think, hopefully.
Immediately it's like, okay, well, it could be worse. But after digging a bit more, I discovered it was ground meat, and many kebab shops were using a blend of extremely fatty, often low quality cuts, with next to no lean meat and very little protein. And thanks to this, there's a big range in what you could be getting, and some kebabs can be extremely high in calories, up to 1,000 to 2,000 per serving.
Per serving? Excuse the fuck me, that's the whole daily intake. No. But then I swear, like, you get these inspectors going to kebab shops and then they do these, like, safety checks and then they do test the food as well, don't they? I'm pretty sure they have to. Come on. Like, I wouldn't go into a place that has, like, a star that's, like, less than 3. It's a 3 above. I wouldn't go, nah, maybe a 4. I don't think I would try a 3. Nah, probably not. A 4 or a 5. But I'm pretty sure they do test the food as well. I don't know, man. I don't know how it works.
Last time Taylor had a vegetable, it was from the kebab shop, deep fried in the form of chips with cheese on top. If she carries on the way she is, she's going to end up obese.
My question is, how is she not obese already? Something tells me Taylor is not fasting in between these 1,500 calorie meals, but she doesn't appear to be that overweight.
No, it's your metabolism, man. Like, come on. When I was 18, I ate like 2 chocolate bars. Not bars, I mean like the whole fucking thing. In like one sitting for a movie. And then plus I would probably drink like a can of Coke, maybe 2 cans. And then some ice cream at the end. And I was thin. Do you know what happens now? As soon as I eat like 1 carrot, I get a belly. It's fucking shit.
Which is maybe why she doesn't realize that it's not okay to give this food to her son Harley.
Each week he eats around 2 portions of doner meat, 8 pieces of fried chicken, 4 portions of chips, 2 frozen pizzas, and 20 frozen nuggets. Worst of all, he'll guzzle 24 glasses of fizzy drink.
Recently I've noticed that Harley is more hyperactive than he has been.
Is he now? Could it be the metric fuck ton of sugar that you're putting in him?
It's probably due to the foods that he's eating.
Taylor is frazzled and
Maybe.
Harley is becoming more of a handful every day.
There are actually quite a few studies now demonstrating a link between diet and ADHD in kids. Science doesn't know if fast or ultra-processed food is necessarily a cause of this, but they do know that when you take these foods away and you improve the diet, ADHD symptoms often improve. And it's probably not even just what these kids are eating, but what that fast food displaces in their diet as well, what they're not getting.
Should we go get some pizza?
I have a friend who has ADHD and she's a vegan. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Now, vegan community, do not rip my head off. I'm just spitting out my thoughts. I'm no expert in dietary things, so don't go commenting about, well, actually, veganism is one of the best. It's not. It's been proven. I'm not saying it's the worst. It's not the best. Like, come on. Let's find some common ground, people. It's a peaceful reaction. Thank you.
Do you want pepperoni or cheese? Chicken.
I got one of them pears. I like pears.
You've never tasted a pear?
Not even one pear. Give the kid a pear, man.
Exactly, like, I like a pear, mummy, can I have one? No. You're gonna fucking eat a frozen pizza. It's not like the child is arguing with her to be healthy, or it's not like the child is constantly refusing to listen. It's literally the mother putting the child into a situation where she's like, no, you don't like it. Why are you even talking about fruits? Like, no, you're not gonna have that. You don't like it. Like, I'm telling you, you don't like it. Like, that's it. End of story. 2023, 22 this was, baby. Evolution is kicking in here, guys. Evolution is definitely kicking in.
Veg, Taylor. What about I don't like veg.
Okay, cool. You don't like vegetables, but you're not the only one who's going to be eating.
Pasta. No, I don't like it. It takes ages to make. So if you're going to buy pasta, buy a pasta pot.
Pasta takes literally 10 minutes to make. Just ask Weber Cooks, okay?
Dinner is ready for you to eat.
Did he just use a fucking microwave to cook the pasta and the tomato sauce? There is no way that's possible. You can't. Okay, I'm missing the details here because you can't do either of, like, you can't make a bolognese with a micro. Is that even a bolognese? I don't know. You can't do that with a microwave. Don't get your microwave, throw it out the fucking window. It kills you. If you want to reheat food, get a pan, put the food into the pan, put it on the gas, 5 minutes, it's reheated naturally. Do not use fucking microwaves. Literally, it's in the name, it's microwave. It's a physical wave that clashes with your food that makes it warm. It literally changes the chemical compounds of so many things. It kills the nutritions, the vitamins. Do not do it. Simple. Huh.
And it only took about 14 or 15 minutes in total to prepare.
So
Yeah,
Taylor is
exactly. It did, and it looks disgusting. You know what? In 15 minutes, with a real pan on fire, I could do so much better. Italian genes, baby. Not full, but some.
committed to her terrible diet because she doesn't want to and doesn't know how to cook anything. When we're young, we don't really have that perspective to be like, oh yeah, I should probably stop doing that because of some abstract consequences that seem so far off in the future when you're 19. And when you're young, you may not even notice, unless you're really, really in tune with your body, the immediate negative consequences, the way fast food makes you feel in the short term.
That's very true. When you're like 20 years old and you start smoking, you drink a lot of shit, and then basically you start eating, and then everything seems fine. Like you have maybe a bad diarrhea the next day, and then you're like, that's it, I'm done with it. And then you become 25, and all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, those stretch marks were always there. And then you become like 30, and then you're like, holy shit, my fucking, like my left side of my butt, it hurts every single morning between 9 and 10. And then when you're 40, it's like, I don't know if I'm paralyzed or not, but something's not right. And then it takes like 10 minutes for you to get up, and that's the late reaction of all the shit that you've been eating when you were young. I'm 25, 26. And I'm already experiencing this. So, young ones, listen to the wise one. I'm so old already, fuck.
Until you eat healthy for a period of time, you don't really even know what you're missing. You don't know what your body feels like to be normal, in a normal, healthy feeling state. Okay, you don't really know what you're missing, you like the taste, you don't know how to cook, you're not super cognizant of the consequences. Except, oh yeah, Taylor has had a heart attack already.
Taylor should know more than most what her diet could be doing to Harley. Last year, she suffered a heart attack.
Doctors and everyone was shocked with her age, with her being so young. You just don't expect it to happen.
Taylor has been told to change her diet to avoid any more stress to her heart.
How do they find these people for these documentaries?
If I carry on eating the way I am, probably won't be here in 10 years' time.
So, like, oh my god, man, you're being this... I don't understand people who are literally self-destructing to the level of like in this case, for example, she knows exactly what, like if she was delusional, like if she said, oh no, I had a heart attack because of my genetics, like it would be still shit and bad, but at least I would say, okay, she's delusional. And it's not a defense for her, but at least I would know that something's not, you know, she needs help, right? But she fully understands The fact that she's killing herself and she's still doing it. And she's feeding her fucking 3-year-old child with it. And I'm really sorry to all you Americans, because in the beginning I assumed this was American. And it's fucking British. I feel like a dick right now.
How do you have a heart attack and then go ahead and feed your little baby the exact same thing that caused the problem? It's just a reminder for all of us that eating healthy is not just about your body weight. It's not just about the macros. There's some other stuff going on in there that affects your quality of life. It affects our bodies in ways we still truly do not understand. And that is particularly true for kids.
Obesity is the 3rd biggest killer in the whole world. I can't wait for someone to comment, "Oh, you're being fat phobic because obesity doesn't exist." It does. It fucking does. Anyway, that's it.
So they bring in a dietitian that specializes in children to try and show Taylor why this diet is not a good idea for Harley.
These takeaways, is Harley having as well?
Everything I've got, he wants.
Okay, and if you say you can't have it?
I don't think I've ever said he can't.
Hayley is most concerned about the enormous amount of sugary cola that Harley is consuming.
She never said that he can't have any. Like, she never even tried to be like, "Nah, mate, listen. I'm killing myself, but you don't have to." She never even tried to explain to this kid. This is kind of like allowing a kid to play with a gun and not saying anything about the potential consequences. Like, oh yeah, like, he's just looking into the fucking barrel, and then the mother's like, "Oh, it's so cute. I'm not gonna tell him he could potentially have the fucking brain splatter on the back wall." No. He finds it out for himself. Rules of nature, baby. It's so stupid.
The pop consumption of all things just kills me. I don't see how parents don't think to consider that one as an issue. And yes, I say pop. Every time I say pop, I get a million comments. People be like, "Pop, what the heck?" I think it's a Canadian thing. I also notice they say in the British stuff. But yeah, pop, soda, sodies, liquid sugar. What are we doing here?
150 grams there, probably a little bit more.
That sugar.
Harley is having almost 4 times the amount of sugar that is recommended for his age.
Somehow Taylor is consuming 500 grams of sugar per day.
That's 5.
Okay, hold on. So I go down to Morrison's, I buy a kilogram of sugar. Now bear in mind, every now and then I do bake some nice chocolate chip cookies, so I do use that. But like a kilo of sugar for me would last about 2 months. Sorry, about 1 month. So that would mean I eat half a kilo for every 2 weeks. And bear in mind, I'm like 7 times the size of this child. So that's very telling, isn't it?
500 grams, Taylor, in one day.
Taylor is having 10 times the recommended daily amount for a grown woman.
Okay, I feel like there is no way that that can actually be correct. 500 grams of sugar is 1,935 calories. Unless she's Buddy the Elf, I feel like that is highly unlikely.
That's good. That's good.
There's only 35 grams of sugar in a can of soda and 47 grams of sugar in a chocolate bar. But regardless, I'm sure she's still consuming her fair share.
Why you think you eat like this?
It's probably through laziness.
If I could show you how to eat healthily and it was cheaper, would that?
Yeah, if I could save money and get more stuff for me.
That will never happen. I'm telling you right now. Oh yeah, I could save on getting more stuff. What, like more fucking fast food on top? Yeah, maybe that.
Yeah.
Look at her face. The girl is not interested whatsoever.
You know, it's like, I've said this before, I think, in one of the videos, but like the first part of rehabilitation of any kind is that you want to change, that you want to do something about it, the fact that you acknowledge the fact that you are fucking up. YouTube algorithm is gonna completely not recommend this video because I said fuck way too many times, but I don't give a shit. Yeah, so you have to understand what you're doing to yourself, which she does, but also you have to want to change, and which I don't think she does in the slightest, quite frankly. But again, let's continue.
Also, I noticed here she said, save money and get more stuff for me.
Yeah, if I could save money and get more stuff
Oh yeah,
for me.
I completely missed that. Oh, little selfish bitch.
With behavior change, if you go and talk to a therapist or something about trying to change a health behavior, they're trained to look for the motivational words and the values in what you say. They do that so that they know what buttons to help push to help motivate you to help you make change. But I noticed that Taylor does this a lot, where when she does ever mention her motivation for change, she mentions herself, but she's much less likely to mention her babies. And as the documentary continues, Taylor really could not give a fuck. She doesn't even try to make the changes recommended by the dietitian.
3 weeks into what's meant to be a new routine, 3-year-old Harley is still on his fast food diet. The less time 19-year-old Taylor spends cooking for Harley, the more time she can spend being a teenager.
I haven't really been able to achieve any of the goals that Hayley set because I've had things going on in my life and my mind's been preoccupied.
Now, I know I'm gonna probably receive a lot of hate for saying this. I already have in the past, especially like on Facebook and Instagram. Every time I comment, in my opinion, young women are not necessarily suitable to be mums. Now, I fully understand, and all my respect to you ladies, those who actually managed to raise a healthy-minded kid and you're only 18. I understand. Well done. You're doing amazing. But the case is, in vast majority situations, like myself also, it's not about a woman thing. It's a mixed of gender thing. When you're 18, you want to go out, you want to party, like you want to be on social media 7 hours a day, you want to, be involved in shitty teenage dramas, you want to, do shit with your friends because you are the most social you'll ever be in your life. So, meaning that when you have 2 kids, that is like a full-time job on top of the full-time job that you should already have to support your family. And then you kind of want to do all the teenager stuff also. Like, that doesn't work. You have to sort of sacrifice one for the other to be efficient. So if you don't want to sacrifice your young life, don't have a kid. If you have a kid, it's your responsibility to raise that kid in a healthy way. Therefore, you have to sacrifice your life. Well, your younger, going out, routine thing. So, yeah. And listen, I'm not only putting this on the woman. Men also. If you get drunk one night and you have this experience with a lady, consensually of course, and it happens, you can't fuck off. Because if you do, you're a piece of shit. You've done it, you were there also, it takes 2, it's not only 1, So, again, think we've got protection for a reason. So, use the fucking protection. Oh my god, am I like a father figure now? What the fuck is going on?
It didn't fit in with my lifestyle. Didn't fit in with my lifestyle. Didn't fit in with my lifestyle.
Okay, everyone, quick Jeopardy. Which statement is most triggering? Is it A?
That didn't fit in with my lifestyle.
Is it B?
I got no control of what he eats.
Or is it C?
Thyroid.
Please.
Thyroid. You know why? Because at least the first 2, in some senses, are in reality. They are not delusional to the point where they are blaming something entirely in terms of why them and their babies are heading towards death. Basically. At least the first 2 know that it's food. That they are aware of the fact that it's that. I don't know what to do about it because I'm a shit parent, but I know it's the food. The third lady says thyroid. It has nothing to do with my shit influence on my kid. Nah, it's a genetical condition. Oh, that pulls some strings, that presses some buttons, boys and girls, that really does. This right here, right, is because of vitamin D insufficiency. It's not because I've been eating like a fucking pig for the past week because it's been Christmas snow. No. This is fucking vitamin D deficiency. And if anyone says anything else, I'll fucking look into your eye and fucking eat your soul. Yeah. I don't know what that was. Sorry.
Give your final answer in the comments below. With things not getting through to Taylor, the dietitian tries another approach. Fear. She takes Taylor to the dentist to show her what this diet is doing to Harley's teeth.
Very early signs of decay developing in the teeth.
Okay, they always use this technique in these British TV shows. They scare them to try and get a rock bottom moment, to try and sort of force an emotional shift.
If the child is like, what, 3, 4, 5, those teeth are still the first ones, right? I don't know what they are called, but they are not like the actual adult teeth, they are the baby teeth, right? Who the fuck cares if the baby teeth gets decayed? Like, that wouldn't scare me, because I'm like, yeah, it's gonna fall out next week anyway, so who the fuck cares, you know? I think we need to be looking at, like, other babies, similar age, who are basically, like, their livers are giving up and their faces are all yellow and orange. Yeah, and then it's like, there you go. This is what can fucking happen to you. But not your fucking baby. Who gives a shit about baby teeth? I mean, 70% of adults don't even give a shit about their actual teeth.
Get them motivated. And Taylor does vow to change after seeing the decay on Harley's teeth.
I knew that it would be harming Harley's teeth, but I didn't realise how much it was affecting his teeth. But
Oh, you don't realize how much it affects his teeth. Oh, well, imagine how much it affects his fucking liver and kidneys and everything else. Like, if you think the teeth are bad, I would suggest you take a look at the rest, mate, because I think the teeth are the least of our concern at the moment.
now I'm just going to cut drinks out altogether, other than water or milk. And the same for me as well.
This scare tactic works sometimes for some people, but it's definitely not a behavior change science backed tip. It's usually more of a motivational spike and crash. And given the fact that Taylor had never even once taken Harley to the dentist prior to this.
Has he been to the dentist before?
No, I'm scared of the dentist.
You're scared of the dentist?
So she's scared of the dentist, and that's why she didn't take her son to the dentist. Well, that makes a lot of fucking sense. Also, how is this video 30 minutes already when we're only 11 minutes into the actual one? I talk way too fucking much, don't I? I'm really sorry.
Daddy scared me.
Again, you can see her language here is a bit more self-centered. Her thoughts and her motivations are more with herself than with her child. If this is an accurate reflection in this documentary, I really can't see this motivational technique being very effective for very long.
She tells me that her mom and her friends and family are supporting her in this, and yet she's not fully able to do it at the moment by herself.
The problem being that at this point, she still doesn't really care that much. No. She ends up being sent to a support group for young moms where they learn to cook healthy versions of popular foods. Now, this is a great behavior change technique. As long as Taylor keeps attending these meetings and learning to cook, she's addressing her skills, her self-efficacy beliefs. The ongoing commitment acts as a reminder that she's on this path and she's working on something. She's tapping into support, and there's also the social pressure of being around people in the exact same situation as you who are succeeding and working on this, making it a very, very useful behavior change technique in this situation.
I didn't ever think I'd be able to do this. I mean, like, I deserve like a certificate or something, like a medal. Oh, they're done!
Harley, which pizza's nicer? That pizza or the pizza that comes with the kebab?
Don't ask that. Like, don't ask it.
This one.
Oh, okay. Okay, the kid is nice. I was like, oh yeah, the kebab one. I was fully sure, but okay, this kid is nice. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Has manners.
Aw, so the documentary ends on this happy note with Harley having his first homemade meal in 3 years, which again we're hoping is an exaggeration. But I really, really do not get the vibe that she is going to change for very long.
I need to start eating healthy because of my heart. And if I just ignore the fact of what happened, I can't imagine there's more chance that it will happen again. And I don't want that for the kids.
Maybe I'm being too much of a savage again, but she just told us her motivation to change once again after going through this entire documentary being about her baby, and her first thought was about herself. I mean, it's possible they edited it out. Maybe she talked at length about why she wanted to change for Harley and her other little baby there, but it didn't seem to be her first instinct.
I realise now that the problem is lack.
At the same time, you kind of like I do agree with everything that she says, yes, but at the same time you have to consider like mental health problems. Like a lot of the times depression and anxiety could be part of the process, and the fact that no one mentioned, not her or this documentary mentioned this, is something of a missed opportunity, because at the end of the day, she's a single mother, as far as I can tell, right? She's in this really self-destructive situation. So it's like, you know, maybe sometimes we have to ask ourselves, is everything okay? Is everything okay, you know, in here and in here, before we can assume that she's doing this on the fact of just not giving a shit, you know. And the fact that she's so self-centered about everything also kind of gives me that sort of, she wants to self-comfort her all the time, because she feels like she's being like not attacked, but she feels the need to make herself feel better rather than anyone else. And that could be just like selfishness, yes, I understand that, but it also could be just linked to some difficulties in her life which kind of like trap her in a corner, and maybe making statements like these are things that can, you know, she can sort of feel free a little bit, like as if she had some control over her life. I don't know, I'm no psychologist after all. And don't take my word for anything I just said. I just had like a bottle of fucking Corona, so yeah.
Lack of motivation and just laziness really, but I now know that I can do things. So then, now I will carry on to do them.
Taylor wasn't overly motivated at all by the experience. She didn't break down and cry like the other parents on this show. She didn't try at all after the first visit. There were not a lot of positive signals there that she is looking to seriously make a change.
But then also she's only 19 years old. Like, if you've been 19 before and you're older now, like me, you know for a fact that when you're 19, like, people can tell you that someone's gonna chop your head off tomorrow. You don't give a shit. You just live on like everything's fine, you know, because you don't understand responsibility as much as you do later on. And that's my opinion. If you disagree, comment below. Let me know. Improve the channel's spread. Improve the channel's expansion. I don't know. Shut up. Love you.
If you like this one and you haven't seen my last one in this series, definitely go check out this father, Simon.
I got no control of what he eats.
Quite the experience. Thanks so much for...
That's why this was familiar, because like I've seen the other video, not this one, but like there was another one. Anyway, boys and girls, let me know what you think in the comments below, because it's interesting. It's definitely a debate to have about, you know, whether who's right, who's wrong, you know. But anyway, listen guys, thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you did, and subscribe to the channel for more awesome videos in the future. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.